done. Let's head back. Welcome all back for some more Spellforce 3. Damn it. Yeah. Still here. Over 7 days. Oh, is it Mass Effect Legendary Edition comes out? Was that pre-order or is it Days Gone? Well, the 15th and the 18th, so.
Got it. Now would you look at that?
Oh, I know. Let's go. Rory. What's my money like? Terrible. It's like you really don't have enough money to fully get buy all the upgrades for all the races, which just kind of sucks. I mean, surprised I'm not gonna get an achievement from it.
You picked the wrong enemies.
Get my ladies coming with me because
Iskrim's plan worked. By joining your mind to the collective subconscious of the Shapers, you were able to locate the origin of the Song of the White. The marshlands, also known as the Eye, where your father king was right. One way or another, your family is connected to the Bloodburn. Time to unravel the
Tahar, there you are.
Bertrand?
That's my name. The Harbinger sent me to welcome you.
What about Iskander? I thought you'd still be there.
I was, until recently. But that's a long story. We can talk about it later if you want. First, we need to discuss the reason you're here. There's good news and there's bad news. Let me make this short. Sentenza, General Noria, caught wind of our endeavor. He knows we are headed for the Eye.
That's bad. What's the good news?
He wasn't sure of it, so he only came with a small division of soldiers. Still, the fortress is heavily guarded, so we will need more troops to storm it.
Damn it. We left our forces in Mullendir.
I know. There was no way you could have known this would turn into a full-fledged battle. But there's no time to turn back now, and we have to come up with a plan. The Harbinger himself will join you at the fortress, together with some Lightbringers.
Lightbringers? So the Purity has actual soldiers now?
That's not really news, is it? They always had the Bane.
What? No, the Bane doesn't belong to the Purity. They believe they do, but the Harbinger has clearly renounced any affiliation with them.
You really believe that? For the Harbinger's right hand, you definitely don't know a lot.
If that's what you want to believe, go ahead. Regarding your question, Tahar, a lot has happened since your escape from Greykeep. More and more people have started to see the light, and it is not just townsfolk and farmers anymore, but also soldiers. They all wish to fight for Aeonir's return, and we guide them.
Well, I just hope you know what you're doing.
We do, trust me.
And how will he do that? If Sentenza has scouts all over the marshlands, he will see the Purity's army coming from miles away.
That's where you come in. There's a godstone on the mountain of the old castle where your father's laboratory was, and where Sentenza has made his stand. If you kindle it for us, the Harbinger can use his rune to teleport himself and his armies right there.
That could work.
It will. Aeonir is guiding us, Tahar. Don't ever forget that. I'll wait here to make sure Sentenza's reinforcements don't take us by surprise if they get here before all this is done with.
I still don't understand how Sentenza got wind of this.
I don't know. He is the spy master after all, so I guess it's just one of his many ears who told him.
Once we've secured the Godstone, what then?
The Harbinger will know, but I assume we will storm the place. Once we're on the island, it should be an easy fight.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You will. Aeonir's blessings, Tahar. And stay safe. I'll be here if you need me.
A religious army is never a good idea.
Interesting.
Just give the word.
We'll make short work of them.
Yes?
So much blood.
You read my mind. Yes?
I understand.
Sounds like a plan.
Deserted.
The hut is still in good shape, though. Maybe the fishermen just left because of the storm. Yes?
Look at that. More Nortander folks. No, I still haven't seen that woman.
What are you talking about?
Oh, so you're not with the Royal Army. Thank the Guardians. I was getting sick of their questioning. They're looking for someone, a traitor, apparently. Which leads me to the question, who are you if you're not with them?
I'm here to explore that castle.
Explore? Well, good luck with that.
And who are you?
Me? Just a lost soul on the search for meaning. Just as my men.
So there's really no one living in the marsh anymore.
Hardly. There's a small village to the east, Batham or something like that. But I wouldn't advise you to go there. At least not as long as this storm's going on. All that bloody rain has turned the roads into damn death traps.
How so?
You're joking, right? You're in a damn swamp here, friend. One false step and you'll end up as a mummified corpse on the bottom of these ponds.
What's the story behind that castle? The Eye?
You don't know?
Well, I've heard the rumors. Houseweight, their descent into madness.
And that's about it. Some 100 years ago, Parzival Waite, the head of the family who once lived in that lovely ruin on the island, contracted some disease and went completely and utterly bonkers.
How?
Well, he started seeing things, had those dreams of a white city, and said that something is coming to devour the world and that he has to stop it. At first, his wench, they didn't have heirs yet, and rumor had it she was barren, tried to help him, but eventually she lost her mind too. They started putting up crosses everywhere to keep that something from coming, starved themselves, and eventually started sacrificing their servants to the renegade gods to ask them for help. The story got out, and the villagers, at that time there were more, stormed the castle and hanged both him and his wife. End of story.
And I guess all those weapons help with that search.
Well, what did you think they're for? Jokes aside, we're mercenaries. But with all that shit that's been going on, we're not so keen to get ourselves involved in another war anymore, no matter the pay. So we just went for a long hike into the blue, and this lovely place is where we ended up. It may look hostile, but the wilderness has plenty of fish to catch and plants to eat, so it's actually not that bad.
If you're sellswords, can we hire you?
What for?
We want to storm the fortress.
Do you? That's ambitious.
No.
All right. We'll help you if the pay is right.
On second thought, never mind. We can...
Be my guest. We'll be here if you change your mind.
As you want.
Here we go.
What? That's all? I'm only getting started.
Oh, that's all.
Is there anything you need?
Let's see.
they will burn.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Ah! We'll make short work of them.
They will fall.
Palin's Reigns. Hard to believe there was a time when people actually lived here.
They still do, in the east. And while the environment may be hostile, I do not think the villagers have many troubles with raiders. Yes.
That way. All right.
Of course, these are outposts.
I'll make it quick.
You picked the wrong enemies.
Don't have 5,000 yet.
Whatever's necessary.
How surprising.
I don't think we should go there. The storm has completely soaked the ground. It would be too dangerous. Now would you look at that?
It will be bloody.
Got it.
Just in case I run into trouble.
They won't stand a chance.
Nope. There's no getting through here.
So I have nowhere to go but here.
Sure.
Sure.
This is it. Strange that Sentenza hasn't reacted by now. He must have heard the fighting.
Maybe the storm drowned the noise? It's possible.
But not likely.
Prepare yourselves.
That's all? I'm only getting started.
So, what's the plan?
Yes?
Blocked.
Even if it wasn't, shouldn't we get Lacane and his troops in first? You got it.
That's the godstone Bertrand was talking about. Let's light it.
Harbinger.
Carpal. Good work, Tahar. The All-Father clearly smiles on us. So, this is where you believe the bloodburn comes from. Interesting. When Aenir told me the pariah's blood was involved, I didn't take it so literally. Time to end it.
First of all, we need to get through the gate. Why hasn't General Noria reacted yet? Even if he did not notice the fighting, he must have seen this teleport.
Because he wants to be the one who ends it.
How do you know?
Because I know men of his kind. He's proud and consumed by his hatred. And he wants to be the one to take you down and me right along with you.
But the purity is under the Lord Marshal's protection. He can't just kill you.
Well, both Lord Marshal Arendir and the General know by now that I helped you. And even though the evidence wasn't enough to officially sentence me, it will be the moment I show up with you at my side. I knew it would come to this, Tahar. The only reason the Lord Marshal was willing to cooperate with the Purity for so long was because we had the people behind us. We were always a thorn in their sides. And this, me helping a deserter of the crown, is just what they need to take me down.
Then you're taking quite a risk being here.
I'm not. I've told you before. All that is happening according to Aeonir's plan. Just have a little faith, Dahar.
Huh. And what now? How do we get past the gate?
Let me take care of it. General Narya. General Narya, are you ready?
Aren't we walking into a trap?
A battle, but not a trap. Just trust me.
Did you say something?
Still no.
Fair enough. Let's do this. Walking right into the lion's den. This has to be by far the most foolish thing I've ever done.
Just trust the Harbinger. He knows what he is doing.
Let me see. That way?
What do we need?
He just got pretty far.
Careful. I'll be swift.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. There he is.
So this is how it ends,
It doesn't have to.
doesn't it? What do you suggest, Corporal Tahar? That I let a traitor run free? Together with his lunatic cultist friend who is scheming against the crown? No. We both know that's not an option.
These people in Leonon were innocent. How often do you want me to tell you?
You didn't know! All you had was the word of some elven traitor, yet you risked the life of an entire city for it. Believe me, of all the atrocities I've seen in war, almost all of them are caused by people believing they are doing the right thing. Because that's all it was. You didn't want to save those villagers because you thought they were innocent. You did it because you wanted to be the savior. Vanity. That's what it was all about. And I get it. Part of this is on me. I thought I succeeded in making you a warrior, a servant of the crown, but I failed, and I didn't even see it. You're just like your father.
By the light, General, we both want the same thing. To end the bloodburn? Shouldn't we be helping each other instead?
You're as bad as them, Corporal. Enslaving yourself to this madman rather than facing death like a soldier. You're just a coward.
That's not...
Don't, Bertrand. It's pointless.
We know where the bloodburn comes from, Sentenza. It's this castle. If you kill me, we may never stop it.
Why? What can you do that we, the Royal Army, can't? But thank you for the information. I had been wondering what the fabled Rondar Lacane and the prodigal corporal wanted in this marsh. Now I know.
You couldn't stop the bloodburn even if you killed us. It's not how Aenir wills it.
Well, we'll see about that.
There needs to be another way.
No. Men, you know what to do.
Control.
You'll regret this.
Get ready.
No. This is wrong.
He's gone. I'm sorry it had to come to this, Tahar.
It was his choice.
It was. Now let us end this. Whatever causes the bloodburn is right below our feet. And maybe even some more answers to the questions you've been asking yourself all along the way.
I'm ready.
Good. You lead the way. Bertrand, you secure the fortress. I doubt there will be Northander reinforcements soon, but we need to be sure.
Of course. Good luck to you, my friend. My prayers are with you.
I'm ready.
Waiting your orders. Aye, Commander. At your command.
As you descend the dank stairway of Castle Waite, a memory flickers across your mind. Your father, standing over your cradle, eyeing you with a mixture of affection, indecision, and disgust, almost like an archaeologist looking at a strange discovery. The memory disappears as soon as you and your companions reach the bottom of the stairs. Your father's sanctuary, as if touched by skeletal hands. A cold manifests on your shoulders, slithering, creeping, crawling slowly towards your chest.
So this is it. Intriguing.
This place is definitely where the strange magical signature of the marshland comes from.
But what causes it?
We will find out soon enough.
Anything on your mind?
Will do. They will fall. Let's see. You read my mind.
All right, here goes nothing.
They will burn.
Give me a moment to focus.
Now would you look at that?
Well, there we go.
Interesting.
Isn't that...
I understand.
Tiara's breath. What is that?
It looks human.
No, these aren't human. They don't have, and never had, any essence.
What are you implying?
That they've been created somehow. Didn't you tell us about this nightmare you've had since you were a child, Tahar? The one in which you saw these bizarre constructs.
Of course. These are the things from my dream.
That's interesting. To say the least.
Yeah, more like this dirt.
Blazes. Do you see that?
It walks by the light.
Do what's required.
You picked the wrong enemies.
This is bizarre. It emits thoughts, but only a few.
Do you understand me? What happened here? What are you? Huh. It seems to understand us. At least a little. What are you? Did Isamu create you? I think we're wasting our time here. Let's push on.
We should kill it.
What?
This entire place. It's a blasphemy. Only the All-Father should have the power to shape life like that. And we should free this thing from its suffering.
I doubt it is suffering. It only seems to be capable of very primitive emotions.
We will not kill this thing. It's harmless.
All right. Then do as you wish.
Understood.
Sure.
Blasphemy. No human should have the power to shape life like this.
I am ready.
Sounds like a plan. Here we go.
That's all?
Let's
I'm
see.
only getting started.
Who's this? Come on, 7, come on. 8.
Get ready.
Interesting. Whatever's necessary.
Yes?
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Now would you look at that? Interesting.
Prepare yourselves.
Let's see.
Yes? I'll be swift.
Get ready!
We'll make short work of them.
They won't stand a chance. I'll make it quick.
Now would you look at that?
All this wood burning. What's that?
It will be bloody.
So, what's the plan?
Corporal?
Anything on your mind?
Yes?
What's next?
Sure.
Tiara's breath. I suppose this is where he molded those bodies.
Eerie, but also fascinating. I wonder how this works.
Interesting.
Just give the word.
Yes?
So, Lacane, you foresaw all this? In your vision?
Not this. But I knew that the pariah was the key to the Bloodburn. I had no idea it would be Asamo Tahar's child, and I didn't know about this place. Otherwise, we would have come here earlier.
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Man, I'm seeing a whole bunch of shit.
Bye. That's impossible.
Do you know this thing?
It looks like someone I knew. Back when I was still fighting for my father.
So she was a rebel.
She defied my father. Same as I. That's why he killed her.
She's a revenant now. This... I'm sorry, Tahar. I'm so sorry.
Of course. A ghost seeking closure.
I've seen my share of the undead, but this is new. What exactly is that? A revenant?
Like Lacane said, when a person dies with an unfulfilled desire, a scourge, that person may return to the world as a revenant, with the purpose of finding closure. It's a magical phenomenon.
If a revenant is a ghost seeking closure, she's here for Asamo. For revenge.
Probably. I think we...
Isamo,
By the light.
you took me, Tahar. You took me. You took Zane. You took your own child. But it's over now. I found you.
Tiara's breath. She thinks you're Samo.
Helena, No! No!
Give me a moment to focus.
That's all? I'm only getting started.
Yes? It's over. She's dead.
She has been for a long time, Tahar. I don't know what she meant to you, but this creature wasn't your friend.
Will she come back? As another revenant?
Revenants only return once. If not, this world would be haunted by thousands of them. She's with the light now.
I don't understand why she thought I was him.
It doesn't mean anything. A Revenant's mind, if you can call it that, doesn't work like ours. It only reacts to raw emotions and auras. She must have seen the semblance between yours and your father's.
Let's just move on. Books, books, books. Did my father read all these?
I doubt it. But I always knew he had a great collection. I suppose we found it.
Let's see. Interesting. Let's see.
All right, here goes nothing. Interesting. Here we go. I'll take a look.
Anything on your mind?
Do you hear that?
The Song of the White.
Yes, but it's clearer. And it seems to be coming from down that hallway.
Then we know where we have to go.
Now would you look at that? The song. It has stopped.
Indeed. Incredible. All this energy. I've never felt anything like it.
Me neither. Whatever's behind that door, it must have been the source your father used for his experiments. Or maybe... no, never mind.
What?
Nothing. Just,
Any thoughts? We have no idea what to expect, so we should stay closely together.
No.
I'm sorry?
Whatever is in there, you, the pariah, needs to face it alone. It's what I saw in the vision, and thus, it's Aenir's will.
Are you stupid? This is exactly what we shouldn't do.
It doesn't matter. It's the Allfather's will, and we will obey.
I don't like this.
Have you lost your mind?
What do you want me to do? There are purity priests all over the fortress.
Wise words.
All right. Then let's just go.
Wait.
What?
Whatever you find in there, remember that I only did what I deemed best for you. Please.
I don't follow.
Just... never mind. Maybe you'll see, maybe you won't. Now, go on in.
Yes. No turning back now.
Ooh, big ass area.
Tiara's breath. Ah!
My child. Finally.
What is this? Who are you?
Your mother. I'm your mother.
Wait, you... Say that again?
I'm your mother. You are the blood of my blood, my child, my daughter. And you finally come. You've come to save me.
I don't understand.
I'm your mother. The quiet man, Isamo. He molded you from my blood. And after all this time, you finally heard me. Please, child, sit down. I believe we have a lot to talk about. You are silent.
Yes, I'm sorry. All this, it's a lot to take in.
I feel the same way. All those years I've spent in this slumber, only to wake up and be experimented upon by your father. To be given a child in some grotesque, unholy ritual. I still wonder if this is really happening. Or maybe just a strange dream.
I'm afraid it isn't. Why is it that you call Isamo the Quiet Man?
Well, I did not know his true name until years after my awakening. And before that, he hardly spoke. So this is what my mind always called him.
So, you've been in this stasis until I came here, and I somehow set you free?
I was awake, but at the same time I wasn't. Whatever the Quiet Man did after he woke me, it left me in this haze. I didn't see, I couldn't move, but I could hear, and I could feel.
That must have been horrible.
It was. And there were times where I just wished that he would finally end it.
Why can I understand you? We don't speak the same tongue, do we?
We don't know. But you joined your spirit to the Nexus, didn't you? Our minds are connected. Thus, I can hear you, and you can hear me.
I still can't believe you're a Shaper.
Shaper. That's how the Quiet Man called me too. We called ourselves the Zarluntet.
I know, but how is it possible that you're still alive? Your race, I thought you were extinct.
Yes, so it seems. I was unaware of this until the quiet man told me.
But how did your people die? And how did you survive?
I do not know how my people died. Believe me, child, I have spent a long time wondering. As for your second question, it is a long story. I was one of the Yulas caste, the scientists, the scholars, the priests, and like many other Zalundeb at that time, I was taken by the scourge.
The scourge?
A disease. It had been ravaging through our empire for over a decade at that time. It ate us up from the inside.
Most scholars who studied your people firmly believed that the Shapers had cured the world of all diseases.
Then they are wrong. We had found cures for many of them, yes. But even these were often only for the Yulas and the Zavas, the ruling castes. And there was no cure for the scourge.
But you survived. How?
Through a ritual, an experiment. The idea was to freeze my body until a cure would be found. Looking back, I wonder why I was so eager to keep living. I was just a power-hungry woman who had no one to mourn her death. By the face of time, it's strange to tell you this. Millennia have passed, but some of the memories are still so lively, so real.
How old were you when the scourge infected you?
90 years. Half my lifespan was already gone.
You said that my father created me? What is that supposed to mean?
I am not sure if I can even give you an answer to that. But I will try to explain. See, my child, the quiet man, Isamu, I do not think he ever considered me a living being. What he saw me as was a tool to the essence.
The essence?
The source of all magic. Your father's race, they are only able to access a glimpse, a twinkle from an endless sea. We, the Zalundeb, were different. We have always been closer to the essence. We had understood how to harness it, and that had made us powerful.
So the essence is the place that all magic comes from?
Yes, but there were and probably are many names for it. The essence is only what my people called it.
Did you ever try to resist, to break free?
Of course, but it was pointless. I could not speak and I could not move, and even my magic could not aid me.
So you're saying that my father wanted to use you to gain access to this essence?
Yes, he was obsessed with the idea of gaining power, and to him, I was the key. But what he was trying to do, transferring my aura, my powers onto himself, was impossible, and he realized that quickly.
Which is why he tried to find another way to gain access to your powers.
Yes, he tried transferring my energy to a talisman, to these flesh creatures he created, and countless other ways, but it was all in vain. These experiments went on for years, and even though I couldn't see and couldn't speak, I felt it all. Then he created you. His train of thought was simple. If my aura could not be transferred, it could be passed on to my offspring.
But how is that even possible? A shaper and a human?
It is possible. The way we conceive, how we bring forth new life, It is different from what you are used to.
How?
It's complicated, and I do not want to talk about it with my own child. What matters is it worked. Down here, on this altar, I gave life to you, to my first and only child.
So this is where the nightmare comes from, isn't it?
What nightmare?
Ever since I was a child, I had these dreams. I think I saw this place, the creatures my father created. The images, they were so vivid, so real. But whenever I told Isamo about them, he just shrugged it off. I always felt they were connected to something that had happened a long time ago. Now I know.
Yes, that is possible. Quite often, our dreams remind us of the things we have long forgotten.
So I'm half Shaper. How come it doesn't show?
Once again, this has to do with the way we conceive, but I do not want to talk about it. I hope you understand.
What happened then? What did Isamo do?
He took you away. For what purpose, I do not know. But it is evident that it did not work. Even through you, he could not obtain access to the essence. As for what happened afterward, that is a question you are more fit to answer than I am. And once you freed me, I want you to tell me all.
What exactly happened when I touched your hand earlier? How did I wake you?
You don't know.
How should I?
Yes, how should you? I am sorry, child. For some reason, I continue to expect you to know all those things I would have taught you. If things had been different. You see, a Shaper does not always have that connection to the essence the quiet man was looking for. When they come of age, there is an event called the melding. The child, guided by her creators, unlocks the potential slumbering within. Your father, he did not know this, which is why you could never give him what he wanted.
So this is what happened? You performed this ritual on me?
It's less of a ritual, but something that happens with age. It would have happened far earlier if we had not been separated. But yes, by taking my hand, we melded, and the energy that was set free also lifted my curse. Or at least parts of it. I am still unable to move.
But what does that mean? That I can now access the essence?
No, the melding only provides the child with a key. Finding the door is a lifelong quest. But yes, deep down inside you have unlocked something. A potential for the enormous power Isamo had been looking for.
But I still don't understand. What's the story behind that song? You said that you called out to me so that I could find and save you.
Yes, I have done nothing else since your father took you from me. But it was only a short time ago that I finally started to feel that I could sense your presence somewhere out there. Thus, I tried to focus my thoughts onto you and send them out into the world. Telepathy, as you call it. The song must have been the way the dark corners of my mind expressed my emotions.
My father died a year ago. Could this be the reason that we only started hearing the song 6 moons ago?
He is dead?
Yes. He started a rebellion against our kingdom and fell in the final battle.
I see. I always knew it would come to that, you know. His hunger, this glare in his eyes. I knew it would consume him eventually.
So his death broke whatever spell he had imposed on you. And because of that, your telepathy finally carried through the walls of this place.
That is the only explanation. Yes.
So it was telepathy. But how come only certain people heard you? Only mages?
Is it not obvious? Because having magic means standing close to the essence, and only those who stand close are receptive to my telepathy. I did not know the form my thoughts would take on, but it seems that for us, it was a song. One that finally led you here to free your mother from her suffering. There is poetry in that, isn't there?
I think there is something you don't know.
What do you mean?
Your song. It was lethal to everybody who wasn't gifted with magic. Thousands of people died. Men, women, children. Whatever magic was in there, it burned them up from the inside.
But the name of the song, I didn't know.
I just don't understand. Why did the song kill people without magic? How is this possible?
I don't know. Maybe it was too much for their minds to bear. Forgive me, I don't know what to say.
But it's over now, isn't it? I found you.
Yes, it should be, but... Oh, please, you have to... Wait. There's someone here.
What are you... No!
I'm sorry. It was necessary.
What did you do?
What do you think? I fulfilled Aener's prophecy. Searching for a cure, the pariah seeks the truth. A lost mother will be found and awoken from her slumber, and thus allows me to receive her essence.
You knew about this. You know about my mother?
Yes, I did. I knew that the blood burn was caused by a Shaper mother looking for her lost child. But what I didn't know was where to find her. So I had to find the child instead. Which I did.
Oh, I'm good.
The pariah. Though I certainly did not expect it to be Asamo Tahar's daughter.
But why? What for?
Isn't it obvious? Because I needed her essence. The key to the Archfire, as we call it. Through its power, I will be able to open the gates and to allow Aenir to return. I'm sorry, Tahar. Your mother, she will now serve the greater good. I hope you understand.
Understand? You bloody killed her!
She is not dead. Her body may be, but not her mind. Inside that amulet, she's still alive. It's what your father had always tried to accomplish, but never did.
I don't get it. You did all this only to get access to the essence? To the Archfire?
No. The blood burn had to be stopped. Unlike what you might believe, I do care about the people of Io, just as the All-Father cares about all of his children. So I stopped it, as Aenir ordered me to. But he also told me something else. That purifying the world, freeing it from defilers, and making people see their sins is only the first step. The second one requires power. A lot of it.
Why?
It's called the opening of the gates. A rift, a portal. One through which Aenir can step back into this world. And this is what he chose me for. His most loyal servant. He needed the Archfire's power. And he knew the pariah and his mother were the key.
Give me that amulet now, or I'll take it from your dead body.
No, I will not. Your mother is what we should all be, a tool of the All-Father. Either way, there's no point in explaining. Your role in this ends here. Once again, I am truly sorry. But the All-Father's visions were clear. The pariah needs to die after the mother has been found.
I'd love to see you try.
You will.
God damn it.
Why do you resist? It's pointless. No,
It's over, Lacane.
No. Believe me, it isn't. Time to put your mother's magic to the test.
What the? What is this?
Ugh, Ellen's reins. Hey, quick, over here! Yes, yes, just like that. Stay with us, Corporal, stay with us.
What's the matter? What happened?
Tahar's awake.
Lord Marshal Arendir? What in blazes are you doing here?
It's a long story. But I'm here as an ally.
Yes, and there will be plenty of time for the lengthy explanations later. First, I want to know how you're feeling, Tahar. Sorry to say it like this, but you look like shit.
Charming as always. But I'm fine. Just dizzy. What happened? I just remember Lacane and my mother.
Your mother? You mean the Shaper?
Yes, it's hard to explain. She was in some kind of stasis when my father found her, and my father used her for his experiments. I don't know how to say this, but the bloodburn, it was her doing. When my father died, she tried to call out to me by telepathy. It's what caused the plague.
All right, I think her head wound is worse than we thought.
It's the truth, Iria. And Lacane didn't only want me to stop the bloodburn. He needed me to lead him to my mother, so he could use her as a source of the archfire.
Well, that's a lot to take in, I guess. But why your mother? You're speaking metaphorically, right?
I'm not. She's my mother.
All right. Start over from the beginning. What happened when you walked into that... I'm sorry, but that sounds absurd. Utterly absurd.
Well, I doubt she's lying, King Regent. And actually, it makes sense. It explains a lot, for example, why she could activate the portals, enter Mullendir, and why she had this vision. Though I have to admit, it's not what I expected from our little trip to the Eye. Not at all.
Speaking of which, how did we get out of that dungeon?
Well, as you know, I was unconscious too, so I can only tell you what the soldiers told me. But after that explosion, it was as if the skies had started raining fire. Lacane's soldiers panicked and rushed into the dungeon to save him. It must have also alarmed our troops who were waiting at the borders. They marched in and used the confusion to get us out too. I mean, at the time, the Purity still thought we were allies and vice versa. In other words, we got lucky.
Apparently. But why in blazes are you here, Lord Marshal? And how long was I out for?
It's just anger now. I think we've moved past the titles. And to answer your question, you were out for 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yes. To be honest, if your vital signs hadn't remained steady, we would have assumed you were dead.
Which leads us to your mother. You mentioned something about Lacane banishing her into some kind of amulet?
Yes. He somehow absorbed her spirit to gain access to the Archfire. That's what my father had always tried, and why he created me in the first place.
And I assume by Archfire, you're talking about some extremely powerful source of magic.
The source of all magic, yes.
So the theories are true. Well, at least now we have an explanation.
An explanation of what?
Well, the Harbinger has gone rampant. Briefly put, the Purity of Light has taken over almost all of Leonider. The Eye, Greyfell, Greykeep, everything.
What about the Queen? Is she...
She's alive. The Harbinger knows he can't kill her, because if he does and word gets out, then he might lose the common folk's support. According to our spies, the Queen's Guard and the Purity have struck some kind of bargain.
Wait, the Purity controls the Keep, and the Queen's Guard just plays along?
Yes, it sounds absurd, I know. But the Queen's Guard first responsibility lies with the safety of the Queen. Whatever is necessary to protect her, they do it. Though I doubt Lecain's long-term plan sees the Queen at his side, which is just another reason to hurry.
And he's wielding the power of the Archfire?
Some incredibly powerful form of magic, yes. And it adds up. He absorbed your mother's spirit, and it allows him to do the things he now does.
But why? Why start a war against all of Northander?
To prepare Io for the arrival of Aeonir. You remember that nonsense his priests always preach? How we're the reason that Aeonir left us?
Yes. That's the reason they want to clear the world of sin and mages. Of defilers.
Well, it seems that they've spiced up their idea a little since it was taking too long. It's not just mages they kill anymore, but everybody who doesn't convert to their religion. Soldiers, women, men. They all get to choose. Join the purity and accept the light, or be killed on the spot.
I knew it would come to this.
Didn't we all?
Be that as it may, your recovery couldn't be more timely.
What about the charges? Do you still consider me a traitor?
Is that still important?
It is to me.
That's very honorable of you, Tahar. Given the recent events, your sentence has been lifted. You are pardoned. And if that is your wish, you can be reinstated as a corporal of the Northander army. That, and my apology, is all I can offer.
I'll pass.
Then, so be it.
How did you even get here?
Later, Tahar. I'll tell you all you want to know.
Since you saved me from the dungeon, what about my mother's body? Is she...
She's here, in the Nexus. We saved her, but she seems to be in some kind of a coma. For a while we thought it was the same as your condition, but now that you've told us the full story, it makes sense. Her body is still functioning, but Lecain has stolen her spirit.
Then we need to save her.
If she can be saved. But yes, maybe we'll even get our chance sooner than expected. Lecain...
Come again?
He knows where we are, and he's planning an attack on the city. He might arrive today or tomorrow, but soon, which is why we need to...
Lord Marshal.
Speaking of Nor.
The Purity. They are here, as you said. What are your orders, sir?
Put up defenses all around the perimeter and protect the Nexus at all cost. How many are they?
Hundreds, sir. And House Utran is supporting them too. Your sister is leading them.
Myra?
I'm afraid so.
Wait, you're saying that House Utran is working for the Purity of Light now? And they're led by Lady Myra Utran?
As I said, yes. It could be anything, though. Maybe Lecain forced her to comply.
Then make sure that she does not get harmed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. There needs to be an explanation for this. Either way, we need to fend them off. Tahar, are you able to fight?
I think so. Yes.
Good. Then you're back in charge. Let's head out.
Well, fuck.
What do we need?
Did I lose my... Okay, so I have all the parts. Alright, we're gonna end this here. Stay safe all, and until next time.